Hello everyone, welcome to biology class. Here we are with the next video of the chapter number 7, human body circulatory system. The topic we will be discussing now is conditions related to the functioning of heart. So when we discuss about the proper functioning of the heart, then there are certain irregularities in the proper working that we are going to learn. Palpitation of the heart. So palpitations, what these are? These are hard, rapid or irregular heartbeats that are developing due to certain reasons. So in case the heart is not beating properly or it is having irregular heartbeats, they are called as the palpitations or palpitations in the heart. What are the proper what may be the possible reasons? It can be skipping beats. The heart will not be able to pump the blood properly. In this case, it may be fluttering, it may be beating too fast, leading to the pumping of the blood very fastly. Next one is pumping harder than the usual. It will result to a pain in the chest also. So what is written in the next line is that only that person may feel heart palpitation in the throat or the neck as well as on the chest. Means the heart, when it is not beating regularly or there are harder beats than the normal one, then the person can feel that that the heartbeat is harder than the usual. It may be felt in the throat, neck or even the chest area. It can be felt. Next one is the cardiac arrest, that is also called as sudden cardiac arrest or SCA. It is what? It is a condition in which the heart suddenly and unexpectedly stops beating. Heartbeat will suddenly stop there. So in this case, what will happen? If this is happening, the blood will stop flowing to the brain and other vital organs, and it can cause the death of the person if it is not treated within minutes. Because if heartbeat is stopped, blood supply is off in the person's body, and hence if the blood supply is off, person will not be able to get oxygen properly and the body cells will start dying. So it is an emergency situation. The person has to be taken care of within a fraction of minutes. What are the symptoms? Symptoms include the loss of consciousness, abnormal or absent breathing. So that is just due to the lack of the oxygen, because the blood supply has stopped because of due to the stopping of the heartbeat there. So that is called as cardiac arrest, also called as heart attack in common language. Sometimes the people may have chest pain in this case, or shortness of breath or nausea before this generally occurs. Chest pain is one of the common symptom there. Whenever cardiac arrest is there, person feels breathlessness or shortness of breath and feels like vomiting or nausea feeling is coming there. So these are all symptoms of cardiac arrest. Next is hypertension. Hypertension is related to the blood pressure. What is blood pressure? It is the force exerted by the blood against the wall of the arteries. Whatever is the force, that is called as the blood pressure. If more force is exerted by the blood, when the blood is flowing in the arteries, it is putting some force on the walls of the arteries only. So that is called as the blood pressure. The magnitude of this force is depending on the cardiac output and the resistance of the arteries. Cardiac output means that is how much blood is being pumped in single cycle by the heart. So that is an indication of the health of the heart also. So if a cardiac output is not normal, it indicates heart is not working properly and it leads to hypertension or blood pressure. So if your blood pressure is too high, what will happen? It will put extra strain on your arteries as well as on your heart, and this will lead to heart attack and strokes in the future days. What is the details of the blood pressure? We'll see here. Blood pressure is measured in terms of two values. One is called as systolic blood pressure, another one is called as diastolic blood pressure. As we have seen in the previous classes, that a single heartbeat consists of two parts. One is systole and diastole. So that only is given as the measured in the blood pressure, systolic blood pressure and the diastolic blood pressure. So what is measured in this? In the first one, the systolic one. In this first one, it is measured that the pressure in the blood vessel when the heart is beating, that is called as systolic. How much force is applied by the blood when the heart is pumping the blood to different body organs. What is about the second one, diastolic blood pressure? So in this second one, what is measured? The second one measures the pressure in the vessel when the heart take rest between the beats. So in between two heartbeats, heart is taking rest, although it is for a very small time, but during that time only, what is the pressure in the blood? That is called as diastolic blood pressure. First is when the heart is beating, That time we measure systolic blood pressure. Second one, when the heart is resting, that time we measure diastolic blood pressure. What is the normal value for this? The normal blood pressure of a person is 120 by 80 millimeters of mercury. That means what? That means systolic blood pressure is 120, diastolic blood pressure is 80 millimeters of mercury respectively. What is the normal instrument used there? So clinically the doctors are using blood pressure measurement. For the blood pressure measurement, they are using a device called as an instrument called as sphygmomanometer. Sphygmomanometer is used in this case. So that is all about this. So remember all these facts. Systolic, diastolic blood pressure in the human beings 120 by 80. These days even 130 by 80 is considered normal due to the changing lifestyle. These days we are not doing much physical activity, so that is why generally 130 by 80 also is considered as a normal blood pressure. Now we'll move to the next topic, that is lymphatic system. In our body, another kind of the fluid that is flowing, that is a colorless fluid. Other than the blood, one more colorless fluid that is called as a lymph is flowing. This lymph is present in the lymphatic system. So that is a part of the lymphatic system. Another thing, where it is flowing, lymph is flowing in a network of lymphatic vessels and lymph nodes. In these nodes and the vessels only lymph is present. You can see this diagram now. This is the lymphatic system of the human being. In the center, this labeling you can see, this is the lymphatic duct. It is connected to what? It is connected to the spleen. Spleen also is there, and different nodes are there. Here you can see dot-like structures. Many are there at this part. So these are all lymph nodes, and from this lymph node only lymph vessels you can see different branches in which this is flowing. Let us see the details now. What is a lymph? Lymph is an alkaline fluid. It is alkaline means it is basic in nature, that originate as an interstitial fluid. Interstitial means what? The fluid which is filled in empty spaces in the body. That is interstitial fluid, and it is flowing where? It is flowing in the interstitial spaces only. It is not flowing in the blood vessels like arteries or veins. It is only flowing in the empty spaces. Wherever body cavity is there only it will be present, around the tissues and the cells in our body. What is its color? It is generally colorless, or it may sometimes have straw color, yellowish colored fluid it is, and it is similar to blood plasma with low protein content. Next, now the fluid matrix, that is this lymph only, when it contains the fluid matrix, then when it is moving to the lymph node, it will receive the white blood cells. So generally lymph is containing these white blood cells also along with it. So unlike blood, the lymph does not have a red blood cell. Always remember, only white blood cells are present in the lymphatic system. WBCs are there. RBCs, the red blood cells, are not present in the lymphatic system. That leads to what? It leads to this straw color or colorless fluid only. If red blood cell will be there, then lymph will also become red. So that is why it is not red. RBCs are not there. Next, now lymph vessels. These are the vessels or capillaries that are allowing the fluid to travel through them. So the fine lymph capillaries, the smaller branches capillaries, they are joining together to make lymph vessel, and the fluid is traveling through this lymph vessel. Which fluid it is? The fluid that is lymph only. So lymph is traveling in this wall, and from here only it is drained into the blood stream. The walls of the lymph vessel are very thin and have numerous valves to prevent the backflow only. All the lymph vessels and the small ones, they unite together, and what is made? A large lymphatic duct is made. That you can see in the diagram. In this diagram, see different lymph vessels are there, all are going together, and what is made there? A single lymph duct is made. So that is where all the lymph vessels are joining with each other. So that is only written, small lymph vessel unite to form a large lymphatic duct. Let us see the lymph node. In some points now in the lymph vessels only, there will be some bead-like structures, some round structures will be there. These are called as lymph nodes. What is happening in this lymph node? Function of the lymph node is just filtration. The lymph is filtered in these lymph nodes only. The lymph is flowing in the lymph vessels, but filtration will take place in the lymph node. So that is the function of this particular lymph node. We will see some more points here. More to know paragraph. Lymphatic circulation, what it is? It is a network of thin vessels that branch like the blood vessels into the tissues throughout the body, and it is a one-way system. Means it will carry the cells and fluid back to the blood system, nothing else. Just it is helping in the purification of the various cells. Whatever waste products are there in the different cells, that is all collected in the lymph only. So lymphatic fluid is gathering from the tissue and enter the walled lymphatic duct. From there only what will happen? The fluid is then transported to the large lymphatic vessel, and from the lymphatic vessel it moves to the lymphatic duct. From the lymphatic duct it enters the circulatory system, that is into the blood. So that is all about the lymphatic system. In between valves are there. What is the use of the valve? The valves are making sure that the lymph flows in the right way. It is not going back in the backward or opposite direction. Valves are preventing the backflow of this same thing. So again you can do the reading here. Still any doubts you can ask here. One enrichment box is given, that we will read. What these lymph nodes are containing? They contains the WBCs, that are called as the lymphocytes in this case. And these lymphocytes only, they are present in the lymph node where the filtration is done. So filtration, how the filtration will be done? Means some waste material is there or some germs are there, that will be removed here. So these lymph nodes with the WBCs are attacking and breaking down the bacteria, virus, damaged cell, cancer cells, and all of these. And waste product, all these are collected, and the destroyed bacteria also are collected, and they are carried into the lymph fluid into the bloodstream, and from the blood they will be excreted, and through the kidneys they will be filtered outside. So lymph is just trapping the bacteria and viruses, and whenever we have infection, this lymph node will have a swelling, and they will help us in fighting the infection. So lymphatic system, basically it contains WBCs, white blood cell, and it helps our body to develop immunity, or it helps our body to fight against various kinds of infections. So that is all about the lymphatic system. I hope it is clear. You can go through the reading once again. Still any doubts you can ask your question. We'll move to the difference between blood and the lymph. Blood is red colored fluid, obviously that you already know that, and lymph is colorless or straw colored fluid. Next, blood contains plasma protein. In the case of the lymph, plasma protein are there but in very less quantity, very low concentration of plasma protein is there. Blood flows in the blood vessel, lymph flows in the lymph vessel. That is the third difference. Blood function is help in the transportation of various materials, as the dissolved gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide are dissolved in the blood, and they are transported all over the body in the blood only. And different nutrients that we are taking in the food, that is also transported in the blood stream only. So that is the function. It helps in the transportation of different substance or material like the dissolved gases and the nutrients of the food. Second thing, lymph is what? It is a middleman for the exchange of material between the blood and the tissues. Body tissues, whatever waste material are there, that will be removed from those cells and move into the lymph, and lymph will collect all that waste material and bring it to the blood. So lymph is just a connecting link between the body tissues and the blood, so that the body tissues or cells can remove the waste product, and it can be drained out through the excretory process. So that is all for this chapter explanation. It is over. We will continue in the next class with the exercise part.